everyone. Today we're going to be doing a gentle Pilates workout. It's a very beginner class today, and we're just going to work through some movements and go over some form. So we're going to take it a little bit slower. So I'm going to have you starting on your back. Good. And we're going to have our arms long by our side, feet about hip width apart. And you're going to feel nice and heavy on equal sides of your back and pelvis. And so just take a moment here to feel grounded in the mat and have your arms nice and long by your side. Good. And we're going to start with some pelvic tilts. So what you're going to do is you're going to tuck your pelvis down, arcing your back away from the mat. And then you're going to tuck your pelvis under and you're going to feel your back flatten onto the mat. I'm just going to lift my arms up so you can see my pelvis moving. So we're arcing low back away from the mat and then tucking tailbone, back flattens. We're going to inhale as we arc our back and then exhale as you flatten your back. And we're just going to do about 4 more like that. Good. Trying to be nice and light in the feet here. You're not pushing into your feet to move your pelvis. All the movement begins in the pelvis. Good. And we'll do 1 more. Perfect. Good. And then we're going to do some hip folds here to warm up our hip flexors. So we're going to be nice and heavy in the left foot, heavy in the arms, right foot lifts up into a tabletop position. And then we're going to lower the right foot down. Heavy in the right foot, we lift the left foot back up and lowering down. Good. And just continue like this. Good. We're going to inhale as you lift, exhale as you lower, inhale as you lift, exhale as you lower. Good. And continuing, you can go as fast or slow as feels good. And then we're going to bring our attention to our low back and pelvis here. As you lift one leg, you want to try to stay equally weighted throughout the back. So you don't want to be rocking side to side here. You want to try to be nice and steady. Good. And we'll do 1 more on each side. Perfect. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring the right leg and left leg both up to tabletop. And then from here, we're going to tap the right toe to the ground and bring it back up. Tapping left and bring it back up. We're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Good. We'll lower both feet down. From here, we're going to press into the arms and press into the feet. And we're going to lift our hips up into a glute bridge. And then lowering back down. We're going to inhale at the bottom. Exhale, press up into a bridge. And lower back down. Good. When you're doing a bridge, you want to think about being nice and heavy in the feet and really pressing into the arms and being nice and tall through the head, neck, and chest. Keeping shoulder blades pulled back, and you can really feel the back of your shoulders pressing into the ground. That will activate the back muscles here. And we'll do 1 more, and on this one, we're going to hold at the top. Perfect. So from here, all we're going to do is shift our weight to the left. So hips sway out of the center towards the left. But when you're doing this, you want to keep your hips still facing the ceiling. Good. And then we're going to move through center all the way to the right. Good. And then back through center to the left. You want to feel like you're just sliding your bum back and forth, almost like it's resting on a shelf and you're just sliding left and right. So trying to keep your hips at the same level as you shift back and forth. Perfect. And we'll do one more on each side. Good. And then we're going to lower down, and you're just going to straighten the left leg and bring the right knee to chest. Good. And we'll hold here for 2 more breaths. Good. And bring the right leg straight, left leg bends. And holding here. Thinking about gapping the back of the low back joints here. Feeling a nice stretch on the low back. Perfect. And then we're going to bring our legs bent again and feet flat about hip width apart. We're going to take our hands, clasp our fingers, and then bring our hands behind our head. Good. From here, you're going to think about pulling your belly button in towards your spine, almost like you're cinching together at your waist. Good. And then we're going to tuck our chin, curl up over our chest bone, looking forward, and then roll back down. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, tuck chin, roll up, and lowering back down. On these roll-ups, you just want to roll up to about the base of the shoulder blades. We're not doing a full sit-up here. We're just doing a nice ab curl. And we'll do 2 more. Perfect. Then on the next ab curl, we're going to tuck our chin, curl up, be heavy in the left foot, right leg lifts to tabletop, and lower down. And alternating heel lifts here. Good. And we'll go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Perfect. And then we're gonna lay on our back, and then we're just gonna roll onto our left side. Good. We're gonna bend our left knee and right leg goes long. You can have that top hand on your hip, and you want to have a little space between your waist and the ground. We're just going to lift that top leg up and down. We're going to keep our hips stacked, one over top of the other. Thinking about lifting and activating from those outer glute muscles here. Good. And then we're going to pause at about 90. And we're just going to flex our foot as we bring that right leg forward, point our toe as it goes back just past midline. Flex foot, come forward, point toe coming back. Good. Trying to be nice and steady through your torso. Again, thinking about cinching that waist and pulling that belly button to spine. And we'll do 2 more. Good. And then we'll lower that leg down, and we're going to come up on 2 hands and knees. From here, we're going to round our back, tucking our chin, And then exhale, looking forward, dropping back. Inhale, we round. Exhale, we drop our tummy. Good. For cat-cows here, we want to make sure hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips. Good. And then we're going to find a neutral alignment. And that's a bit different looking for everyone, but a good way to find it is from going to the bottom of your cat or cow to the top of your cat and finding somewhere in the middle. Good. So once you find that, think about pulling that belly button in again, being nice and tall through the head, neck, and chest. You're going to be heavy in the left hand, heavy in the right knee, and lift the opposite arm and leg. Good. And then we're going to lower down, heavy in the right hand, heavy in the left knee. We lift the opposite arm and leg. Perfect. And we're going to continue doing that. As you lift opposite arm and leg, you really want to think about being nice and steady through your pelvis. You don't want to tip side to side. You really want to try to keep your pelvis facing the floor. Good. Staying nice and tall on your shoulders and hips. And then on this next one, we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Lowering down and switching sides for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Perfect. And then we're gonna come onto our right side. Good. So we have our right elbow resting under our head. The right leg is bent at 90. And then we're gonna lift and lower that top leg. Again, we have a little tiny space between our lower waist and the mat that keeps our spine in neutral alignment in the side lying position. We're keeping our hips stacked over top of each other. We'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. We hold at the top. And then we're going to flex our foot, come forward, pointing our toe, coming back. Trying to be nice and steady through the hips. Trying not to rock. Good. And we'll do 2 more. All right. And then we're going to find ourselves back on our back. And we're going to have our knees bent. Then we're going to cross our right leg over the left leg and reach through center and just do a little pull on the back of the left thigh. You should feel a stretch on the right outer hip. And we'll hold for a few breaths. Perfect. And then we're going to switch sides. So crossing left leg over the right, reaching through around the right thigh and pulling forward. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that this gave you some information on body positioning, and proper cueing and core control for beginner Pilates. Remember to like and subscribe if you want to see more Pilates and chiropractic tips.